What were the Jim Crow laws? Have you ever wondered how laws could shape the lives of millions? In the context of the 1950s, one of the most impactful sets of laws were the Jim Crow laws. These laws enforced racial segregation in the southern United States from the late 1800s until the mid-20th century. The term Jim Crow comes from a character in a minstrel show created by Thomas Rice, which became a derogatory term for African Americans. Jim Crow laws mandated that white and black people be separated in almost every public space. This included schools, public transportation, restaurants, parks, and even restrooms. The idea behind these laws was the notion of separate but equal, a principle established by the Supreme Court in the 1896 case of Plessy versus Ferguson. However, in practice, facilities for African Americans were almost always of lower quality than those for whites. These laws did not just enforce segregation, they also restricted the rights of African Americans. Voting was made difficult through literacy tests and poll taxes. Serving on juries was often denied, and participation in social and economic life was severely limited. Enforcement of these laws often involved violence, with groups like the Ku Klux Klan intimidating and attacking those who resisted. The Jim Crow era was marked by significant racial tension and violence. A key event during this time was the trial of Emmett Till in 1955. Emmett was a 14-year-old African-American boy who was brutally murdered for allegedly whistling at a white woman. His murderers were acquitted by an all-white jury, highlighting the deep injustices of the time. This trial became a rallying point for the civil rights movement, igniting a passion for change among many Americans. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s aimed to dismantle these oppressive laws. Activists organized protests, boycotts, and legal challenges. Landmark cases like Brown versus Board of Education in 1950 began to overturn the legal basis for segregation. The Civil Rights Act of 1964 and the Voting Rights Act of 1965 formally abolished Jim Crow laws, marking a significant shift toward equality in the United States. Looking back, the 1950s can be seen as a time of awakening. While many remember the decade fondly, it is essential to recognize the struggles faced by African Americans under Jim Crow laws. The fight against these laws was a defining aspect of the era, shaping the civil rights movement and the future of American society.